Hello listeners, this is Conrad from Megan's Megacan obviously, and I just wanted to point out that we do actually have a Patreon page where you can give us a little bit of money to help us keep doing this, to buy us, we have to buy cans of cocktails every now and then, and just wanted to say that if you would like to give us a little bit of cash online, it would be very much appreciated. You'll find us under patreon.com/Megan's Megacan. Thank you, and on with the show. Bye. It's an evil brew of news to get through this week, so ladles and bowls at the ready, everyone. The Megacanners rattle through Germany's petrol prices because we must feed our cars. The tightest of elections in Baden-Württemberg, where the CDU man was a bit creepy. Ploughshares get made into swords in Reading. Wolf hunting is back, and time for a raccoon bounty. Fire away.
In Berlin's heart, where news is unveiled, Megan and Conrad with German tales. The German news, it's tough to bear, but with Megacanners, they're ready to head. Conrad, daily news at hand. Megan feels to spare, time to crack those cans. With each sip she takes, the Meg is her shield, but will it last the news? 'Cause that was the deal.
Hello everyone, it's time for another episode of Megan's Megacan. I'm here in Berlin with Conrad Werner. Hi Conrad.
Hello.
How are you?
Great.
Good.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Sounding very chirpy. It is a Friday.
Yeah, I'm very glad it's a Friday.
I'm glad we're doing this again. It's been ages and I hadn't really noticed.
Yes, it's been about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah, sorry everyone.
Oh,
I have no sense of time, it seems.
It's not your fault. Anyway.
Anyway,
I suppose it is our fault, but I don't know. It's no one else's fault. It's just a bit later. I mean, people get over it.
It's the state of the world.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, cannot go one more second without alcohol in my hand.
Good.
It's always also Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Okay, that's the first time I've said that to anyone today.
Okay.
But it has been, it's been relatively mad this week in school.
Has it?
Yeah, it was quite good. It's one of those days you get to a Friday and you feel like, I don't know, I'm just like, everyone should be a teacher. It's class. I feel wrung out like a rag, but like it feels good. Right, we've got, I don't know if we might have had these before ages ago, but I thought I might mix it up because we've been doing very same things with the Megacanners. I think it might probably taste quite nice because it's just vodka and lemon and those are usually quite nice. And it's called musk.
Musk, like musk or
I don't know. Oh God, no, don't say musk.
Okay, sorry.
I want musk in my mouth. I was thinking maybe it's like, it's a bit like 90s coded, the whole can.
Yeah.
Tall silver.
Yes, I suppose I see what you mean.
Misk lemon by Moskovskaya vodka.
Yeah, okay. Well,
all right.
I'm very interested to see what this tray tastes like. Cheers.
Cheers. It's 330 mils, which is all I care about.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking horrible.
Nah, that's just the first sip. I think it'll get good after a while.
It's definitely got booze in it.
Booze and a sort of a chemical burn that starts.
It doesn't have much lemon. Usually the lemon ones are quite nice because they just taste of lemonade, but this is like...
No, it's not lemony. It's just sort of a chemical that's close to lemon.
With 24% vodka and Zitronensaft concentrate.
Yeah, it's the same lemon juice that they put on those sort of hand wipes in airplanes. It tastes like that.
That is basically what it is.
It tastes like that. It tastes like
this is,
sucking those hand wipes.
Everyone save this episode for when we're trying to make our own cans in the not too distant apocalyptic future. I'm gonna have to get some fizzy water. Oh, yeah. Anyway, okay. What has been happening since I saw you last? Absolute chaos in the Middle East, even on a scale.
It's just got even worse, hasn't it? I don't know.
It's just horrendous. I can't. I'm so glad that our remit is not to talk geopolitics. Because what do you even fucking say?
Yeah, we'd be out of our depth pretty quickly.
I mean, we're out of our depth, arguably. I mean, I certainly am. You less so.
That's quite often anyway.
We've had to release some oil. What does that mean? We have reserve oil? I didn't know any of this. And then like we've released 10% because otherwise...
The petrol prices in Germany have gone up more than in any other European country, apart from Finland, apparently. I heard today. Oh my days. And the Germany's car owners are up in arms. There's a motorists' revolt. They're all really pissed off.
One. They love...
And apparently in Austria, the rule was up until this week that the petrol stations were only allowed to raise the prices once a day. And so Katharina Reiche said, we're going to introduce that rule now too. So that is how Katharina Reiche is the economy and energy minister. So it's her thing. I don't know if it's really calmed down the motorists, but that is what has happened.
And apparently we had to release some emergency reserves, like 10% of it, which seems...
It's quite a lot, yeah. But not just us. I mean, not just Germany. Like, I think about 30 odd countries that are part of this. Some international organisation did that. Yeah. But that's really very much outside my
to try and area. What I was sort of reading today, very superficially, was like, because otherwise, this was in the middle of the week they had to do this, because otherwise Trump might be tempted to lift sanctions on Russia. So they do this. And then almost the next day, Trump's like, hey, Putin.
Yeah, so now everyone's buying Russian
You're
oil.
holding...
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, it's really bad news for Ukraine generally. Because,
I just... And obviously, like, it's so gross that we're sitting in Germany being like, we don't have petrol, it's affordable. Oh wow.
Sorry, spilled my...
You have? I'm amazed that's like the first time that's happened.
I knocked it on this wire. Got a lightly...
God, I hope you didn't spill too much because you're going to really need it. Yeah. I can donate some of mine.
No, I'm fine. I caught it. I caught most of it. Okay. We're all good.
Okay.
There's been an election in Germany.
Yeah, let's go domestic politics. Election, Baden-Württemberg. I know some of this, but very little.
The first of 5 state elections this year. There's always a state election.
No, I don't like these. They stress me out.
There's another one next week.
Where?
Rhineland-Palatinate.
Oof.
Rhineland-Pfalz, smaller state. But anyway, Baden-Württemberg voted last Sunday, and a bit like Gorton and Denton in Manchester, the Greens won.
Hey!
But these are different Greens. These are more
established Greens.
Centrist and more kind of car-friendly Greens. Not really green
Greens
at all.
Some people would argue. Very, very pale green at this stage, like a very, very light.
Yeah. And they only just won. The final score was 30.2% to the Green Party, 29.7% to the CDU, 18.8% to the AFD, doubling their vote share from the previous election. 5.5% for the SPD, halving their vote share. Yeah, they only just managed to get into Parliament, the SPD. And the Linke and the FDP didn't make it into Parliament.
Well, it's Baden-Württemberg. You wouldn't really expect that.
So, that's a big thing. But maybe the other biggish story from that is that Cem Özdemir is to become the state premier of Baden-Württemberg, and that would make him the first ever leader of any government in Germany of Turkish descent.
Yay!
Cem Özdemir is kind of a veteran Green Party politician. He's a very nice guy, very sort of like sensible, very popular in Baden-Württemberg, is where he was born.
Okay.
Quite centrist. Generally, he's definitely not a part of the radical wing of the Green Party, such as it is, or the Greener. But
whatever's left of it.
Yeah. But it was a bit of a surprise that the Greens won, because the CDU were hoping to win that state.
Interesting.
The polls were kind of more in favour of the CDU.
Who was the incumbent minister?
Was also a Green. He was called Winfried Kretschmer, but
they didn't think he was going to hold on.
Well, they were expecting, and the polls were sort of suggesting the CDU were in the lead the weeks previously, and they were kind of hoping that, and Baden-Württemberg is Germany's most prosperous state. It's home
even more so than Bavaria.
Yeah, it's the home of Porsche and I believe a big car making state. Yeah. Anyway, so
there we go.
Cem Özdemir. I've got a little quiz for you. He's actually the second state premier of immigrant background. You'll never get the first one, but but this is interesting. The first one was a man called David McAllister, who was state premier of Lower Saxony in the early 2010s. So I think from 2010 to 2013. David McAllister, who was born in West Berlin to a Scottish father and a German mum.
I don't think that counts.
Well, anyway.
But yes, good for David. Good. But
he was CDU.
Also, that definitely doesn't count. Sorry.
So that was just like, because some people were saying, oh, it's the first immigrant state premier ever, and it's actually the second. Technically, it's only the second.
But was he not half German?
Yeah, he's half German, but apparently to count as being of immigrant background, you have to only need one parent to be of non-German. Apparently, that's what the official definition is of immigrant background. So.
I mean, fair play to David, but I think it's a bit more of a struggle maybe to come from...
Yeah, well, so Cem Özdemir had a really interesting life. He's his parents were the guest workers from the early 60s. They came over. Yeah, he was agriculture minister in the last government, so he's been in federal politics a lot.
That's how I know his name.
Yeah, he's pretty famous.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably and he was leader of the Green Party for about 10 years, from 2008 to 2018, something like that. So he is pretty like a big figure in the Green Party, and good for him. Cem Özdemir, right?
I'm going to take that as some good news.
That's going to be quite good news, yes. Oh, but do you want to have the annoying news of this thing? So there was a bit of a shitstorm over the,
as Germans love to say,
over the CDU main candidate Manuel Hagel.
Yeah,
because a Green Party Bundestags member, Zoe Meyer, did a little Instagram video about clipping out a chat show appearance he did 8 years ago.
Okay.
Where he was talking about visiting a school. So he was 29 at the time, and he visited a school. And he said, like, 80% of I'm going to paraphrase here about a little bit of what he said, but he said 80% of this class was young 16-year-old girls, right? And he said, and I remember the first question was asked by a very pretty girl called Eva, and she had Rehaugen, like as in deer's eyes, yeah. So Zoe Meyer, this Green Party MP, tweeted about this. She did not a tweet. She did an Instagram thing about this and said it
no
was.
No one's done anything on TikTok for a while.
She did like an Instagram and basically shaming him. Like basically saying like, is this the kind of politics? She wasn't. This is the sexist politics and everything. It sounded really creepy because he was talking about 16-year-old girls. Mm-hmm. And she got a lot of criticism for that. It was like really quite shocking, that there was so much criticism of her for just doing this video, because it was like, oh, you were trying to, you lost the election for the CDU, and she was like, well, she is from the Green Party, that is part of the politics of it. But
that doesn't really surprise me. It's so
and he was a bit embarrassed about this and made a statement later, and he said that comment I made in 2018 during the interview with a local TV station was total nonsense. Mist is the German, so bollocks, I don't know what he's like. He was embarrassed. Mist, nonsense. My wife really gave me a good scolding that very evening.
Oh, God. Stop making women do all the work for you. But yeah, I mean, he's a CDU politician in Baden-Württemberg. Yes, we should expect more, but we also can't expect more. Yeah. It doesn't surprise me that played out exactly like it did. But that's just so gross. But there still is, and I think, it's easy when we live in our little bubbles, but like there are just still men of like a certain milieu that talk about young women in this way. It's really fucking weird, and it should be called out. Yeah.
And 2018 is not that long ago.
No.
I mean, it's not like the 70s.
He's only 29. He's not like a boomer. Not that makes it any better.
No, but he made it sound like it was ancient, but it wasn't that ancient in its.
But I still have been I was watching a lot of Winter Olympics, and there's still these fucking old male coaches touching their students who are like teenagers all the time, like hugging, patting their backs, arms round them. It's not okay. It's fucking gross. No, done. All right, but we're having fine. The Greens.
Yeah, the thing is, the Green Party will have to enter a coalition with the CDU, because that was the last coalition in Baden-Württemberg. So Cem Özdemir has had to sort of
slightly brushed that whole scandal off because he's sort of saying, like, because he's probably going to have to invite Manuel Hagel into his cabinet because of the power dynamics of that state, because there's no other coalition that's possible without the AFD.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't want to dwell on it because we're focusing on, but the AFD doubling their vote in Baden-Württemberg is a little worrying, no? It's not traditionally those states down there are not traditional AFD strongholds, and to get up to 20% is fucking terrifying.
Yeah, that is pretty scary, I think.
But we have someone of Turkish descent leading a state parliament in Germany for a reasonable-ish party, not on the right. Anyway, moving on.
I mean, we could tie it together because the Green Party, I just don't see what the point of them is at the moment, because if you see, like, we're in the middle of an oil crisis, and Katharina Reiche, I don't know if you've seen, she's actually the economy minister we mentioned before. Yeah. She's cut subsidies for solar panels.
Oh my God, I know. I fucking saw this.
And you'd think that the Green Party in the middle of an oil crisis would have an open goal there. They could say, well, this is exactly why we need renewables, but I haven't heard a lot of that kind of talk from the Green Party in recent days, and I just wonder what the point of them is. But that's just my opinion. So yeah, what's next? That's just we can talk about, are you interested in the militarization of German industry?
What I will say, another thing that's happened since last we spoke was last Thursday, not this week, but the week before, was the big demonstration against conscription, which we've talked a bit about. And we had a lot of students who went. A lot of our students have been having meetings and making posters, which they have not used. Unlike some teachers, shout out to our students who made posters by hand, really good looking posters, and hung them up around the school, not using AI slop to advertise their events. And they all went, and I hope that it was...
Yeah, it was a pretty big demo.
Someone listens,
Estimates say at least 50,000 kids all across, children and young people generally, all across Germany. At least 5 or 6,000 in Berlin. 130 cities took part. I mean, it was a pretty big thing, and they probably went on strike, didn't they? The kids, because they don't want to fight.
Rightfully so. It's not, and I had quite a few discussions with classes about this, and how they're just seen as physically and economically expendable when they're 18, and so
have they already started receiving these questionnaires? So the young people, I think anyone who's 17 now or 18 now has got to fill in a questionnaire, and if you're a boy, you have to fill it in. Okay.
I can't even bear the thought.
Yeah.
It's not okay to just send them. No. If you must... Anyway.
Yeah.
Another...
Well,
the thing is, what we want to do in Germany is, rather than try and do things to end wars that were already happening, is to make sure that we're prepared to profit from any future wars.
Well, you mentioned off the air that Volkswagen has lost all its profits. That was in your news digest that you get, wasn't it?
Yeah. Thanks, Daniel.
There's so
the other, which is also bad because we've talked about oil and the petrol prices, and it's maybe hard for people outside of Germany to understand how the beating heart of Germany is tied up so much with cars. And the freedom of having no speed limit on the Autobahn, and the fact that Volkswagen employs, I read today, 250,000 people. And its profits last year were down something like 44%. And when something goes wrong with Volkswagen, that's really striking at the heart of Germany. It's not good, but it's okay, because hopefully you're going to say that we've got cars. What else do we make?
Well, here's the thing. So there's a factory in Wedding that I went to visit. Well, I didn't go actually into the factory, but I went to the demonstration outside. It's owned by the subsidiary of Rheinmetall, which is one of Germany's biggest industrial companies. And traditionally, Rheinmetall makes a variety of machines. They do...
None of them good, I can imagine.
But they have a civilian arm and they have a military military arm. They're involved in making tanks and other kinds of ammunition for tanks. And their Wedding factory is now being converted from civilian to military use. And it will be the first time, I believe, since the Second World War that weapons will be manufactured in Berlin itself. I think that is true. Not quite sure, but I think it'll be. So they're making shells, and it's basically just for profit because and in fact, Rheinmetall has said that they are trying to sell their civilian arm now because they can't because there's no profits in making car parts anymore because that's what the other thing they made. Now they only want to make weapons, so they're making shells for tanks and other large caliber guns. It's pretty controversial because Wedding is traditionally a very working class district. It was the site. If we had our friend Nathaniel here, he could tell us about the riots in the 1920s where workers were clashed with armed police and there were dead people. This is in the 1920s. And so it has this tradition of of communist proletarian resistance to the state and everything. And so I went, and there was a Berlin Alliance Against Weapons Production has formed out of about 30 organizations. And they're going out there and they're trying to basically persuade the workers, about 350 people work there, to join them, to go on strike, to try and force the company to make civilian products instead. Probably not going to work because of the state of the world, because of, things like this. But I did.
What a shit position if you're a worker as well. Not everyone has the agency to take a moral stand.
Yeah, well, this is the thing,
Shit is just so expensive. And also, Volkswagen have now said, because of their profits thing, they're going to have to lose 50,000 jobs, which is a huge amount. It sounds like that might then involve 50,000 people moving to arms manufacturing.
Yeah.
Oh, God, oh, God, oh, God.
And this
to make the obvious point, if we just stopped all of this, then we wouldn't have a problem. But we could just not. I know I sound insane, but also, this is insane.
Yeah, this is insane.
This is insane. We shouldn't even be driving cars. They're bad enough for the environment.
Yeah.
Do you know what's worse? Fucking war. This Megacann's going down very well now.
Now you've got, got through the first half.
Got a bit between my teeth.
No, it's an awful predicament, and I think that I'm sure that the people working in that factory don't want to make weapons.
No,
but they also want a job, and they need a job, and it's like a terrible situation. And I spoke to the trade union that represents them, IG Metall, and they basically said that that we're in favour of peace, we're a left-wing organisation. But we also represent the workers' interests, and we don't really know what we're supposed to do about this. It's a bad situation, but it is a historic moment in the history of Berlin, and it's quite scary, I think. And and
our history teacher in work is just like, you just need to look at what was happening in the 20s, or before that, before the First World War. It's the same. No.
And it's been happening sort of quietly all across Germany. A lot of factories have sort of switching to weapons production without really saying it, without announcing it. This is kind of high profile because in Berlin, and Berlin has a certain culture, but it's
oh my God,
it is happening quite a lot. And Rheinmetall's share price, you'll be happy to hear if you're an investor in weapons company, has gone up 16-fold since the beginning of the Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022. So
great.
There's money to be made with death.
Yeah, I keep getting that suggested on my Trade Republic thing. I'm like, I don't think so. Thank you. Bad enough, I feel, just morally bankrupt to invest in anything. let alone full-on weapons manufacturing. You're not even safe buying a Coca-Cola, let alone fucking guns. All right.
Speaking of modern war.
No.
I have another war-related adjacent story. Do you know about Anthropic?
Only because you told me before. Okay. They're an AI company. That's all I know.
Huge AI company in America, valued at $380 billion.
Also, I love the bit that their name is Anthropic, but they've just removed the fill, just the human part. It's just, we don't need that anymore.
Yeah, they're just Anthropic. And since 2024, they've been partnering with the Pentagon with they make this large language model called Claude.
Oh, God, these lads.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I've heard of Claude. I've also not realised they haven't removed the people part. They've removed the love part, which is Phil.
Yeah.
Philot.
Yeah, good point. Yeah. There's a bit.
Oh, they make Claude. Okay, I know Claude.
How do you know Claude?
I've just heard that it's a LL, one of them. I think maybe my partner's business, like their company uses it.
It's a huge thing that is used for a lot of different applications, including piloting drones. And it was
class, great.
I believe one of the American, I think the Wall Street Journal reported that it was used in the raid on Venezuela by the Pentagon, although it wasn't clear exactly how. And US media also reported that it was used in the bombing of Iran. Also, again, not sure exactly how, but probably something to do with drones. But they have a clause in their contracts with all these different people that it can't be used, that Claude can't be used for mass surveillance or fully autonomous weapons. And US Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth said that this was not acceptable. This has all happened a couple of weeks ago. He said this is not acceptable, and he asked Anthropic to remove those clauses from their contracts, and Anthropic said no.
Oh.
And took a stand, what would you say, like a moral stand? But probably they also, they also
a relatively loose.
Yeah, I mean they have been working with the Pentagon for 2 years already, but they at least said no to this, and partly because they didn't want to be liable when it completely goes wrong. I suspect, like if one of their drones started killing people randomly or something, and they didn't want to be liable. But anyway, they said no. And Hegseth and Trump got extremely angry about this and have, for the first time in history, declared a US company a supply chain risk. And that's an official designation. And that means that it can't be used for any government contracts. And so now the entire US government has to phase out use of Claude and any Anthropic products. And so the reason why I'm going on about this...
Yes, all very interesting. But what's with Deutschland?
Because a German SPD MP... Can you believe that they still exist, SPD MPs?
All two of them. All two of them. Fluffing around going, what'll we do next?
The digital policy spokesperson, Matthias Mewes, wrote a letter to Chancellor Merz and European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, and saying that the EU and Germany should offer to bring Anthropic to Europe to create, and I quote, human-centered trustworthy AI models that comply with, European values and human rights and stuff.
Yeah, I don't think that AI does comply with any of that. I just don't like it.
I don't like it either.
No, I just don't see what the benefits are, apart from we'll just be able to do things quicker, so they're going to give us more work, which is, one end of it, and then the other, my job is just fucked.
Is it?
We've had to change everything, yeah, because kids just use it all the time. So you just have to why wouldn't you?
What do you do to combat it?
You make them do the work in front of you. You don't really do homework anymore. You try and do all these other things, but
they have to write the essay in class with a pen. Yeah.
A lot of teachers are lazy, and a lot of teachers are also just not that au fait with AI. I don't know. I just always tell them I'll know, which I always do. God love them. But it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of you spoken to any graphic designers recently? That's fucking heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I just, and also, it's we'll pilot your drones, but not fully. And they've taken a moral stance. It's just all this shite. It's all of this fucking tech bro billionaire bullshit. Put them all on the Epstein Island and set fire to it. Turn off the internet. I mean, not the bit that this podcast comes out on. Don't turn that off. Or where I get my podcasts. But, radio. That's what we need. Just fucking, this is just radio, guys.
We should have a radio show instead
Yeah.
of doing a podcast. Yeah.
I could do that.
And then people would have to listen to us only at the time that it's on.
Yeah.
And they can't just
It really
wander
would
around.
be
They have to
live,
meet-
though, which would be... I mean, we don't do that much editing, but I think you do a really good job of, like, taking out all the pauses that I make. And then occasionally I'll say something absolutely mental. I'm like, please say that out. Okay, so maybe Anthropic is going to come to Germany. Fine.
No,
Why
it
not?
probably won't. It's just talk. But it is interesting talk.
Did
'cause
his
it's like-
letter say something like, if you're interested, please print out the attached online. Please digitally fill out the form and then print it, sign it, and fax it to me between the hours of 10 a.m. and 2 p.m.
But-
Monday to Thursday.
Well, his basic point was this is obviously never going to happen. But the problem with AI in Germany and in Europe in general is that we're just so far behind the US and China that we need to do something radical, and this would be radical.
It's just so lame as well. Everyone being like, oh, we need to do AI. If I hear one fucking email about AI, like education, like, no. Like,
Yeah.
unless you already know what you can, like, there's a few things that I can use AI for, which are like relatively helpful. Like, it is cool,
Yeah.
which just speeds up something I would already do. And I'm sure, like, maybe in science and stuff, like analyzing data and things, then you have to double check all of it. You might as well just do it in the first place.
Do you know about the Quit GPT campaign?
Sounds good. Just
It's a boycott campaign.
Yes.
4 million people have signed up so far, saying that they're going to quit ChatGPT, mainly because it funds Trump.
does it?
Yeah, ChatGPT is one of the big Trump donor. I mean, not the OpenAI and stuff. Yeah.
These
Yeah.
absolute cunts. And also like the environmental thing. And in fact, I was mentioning earlier for the Anti-Wehrpflicht demo, like they made their own posters and everything. And then some teachers, fair enough, we're all strapped for time. They put up some like posters that they'd used AI to make to advertise something to the students. And 2 students went to leadership and were like, we will make our own poster for this event if you would like, because we don't agree with AI because it's harming the environment.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I'm
so sorry about the absolute fucking shit show we're handing you.
Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, I never use it. I never use any AI because I'm just an old man and I just don't
use it
trust
for translating, I have to say.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, translating. But that's not really AI. It's like, I don't... Like,
It
Is
is.
it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay. Well, so I do use it then. I use DeepL.
That's not that. I think that was like early kind of AI, which is what made it so good. And now it is.
Oh, yeah. But I've never used ChatGPT for anything.
I
don't-
have.
Oh.
We're all complicit.
We're all complicit.
This is the problem. But I'm also just like, who asked for this? Who asked for something that was going to do nothing of use, was going to destroy whole creative fields, but not actually reduce any of the shitty labor that we have to do,
And just made everything slightly worse.
and like tell
like we're
teenagers to
just-
kill themselves.
Yeah.
When it's not helping them with homework, it's telling them to kill themselves.
And it makes really bad art.
Oh,
And like really, everything is just slightly worse now.
I do think,
But,
and also, by the way,
Yeah.
and like I will point this out, like I send like shitty emails all like the time now. Like if you send me something written by AI, I'll fucking know, and I will let you know that I know. And it's not very nice, and I feel like a crazed boomer. I feel insane.
Well,
But I'm just like, this is not like, even teenagers now are being like, I remember hearing it, and I just like sometimes let them assess each other's work. And I was like, no offense, brah, but this sounds like really AI. Like, yeah, even the teens. It's
Yeah,
fucking-
someone told me the other day they asked ChatGPT for a recipe for a cake or something, and I just thought that's the most ridiculous because it doesn't have a mouth. How can you ask for a recipe from something that has never tasted anything?
But like
Like
also,
it doesn't know. It obviously doesn't know what it tastes like. Why would you ask?
because it just scrapes. People are just using it as a search engine now. That's the thing. because it puts everything together. But the
Yeah, it's
problem
not
is that
real.
it scrapes everything together in this like mass of stuff that's wrong. And it's
Yeah.
just like, also like as an educator, people think that it's just like a search engine. But the problem is it's taking away this like really important cognitive step. And this is what I sort of try and explain to my students, because they get the answer on AI and they're like, oh, but I understand all of that because it's in simple language and it's explained it and I didn't have to go in. I'm like, but that's the whole point. Like the process of what we call languaging is the whole learning thing. It's like you assimilating information and being able to put it into another context is moving you up the skills level.
Yeah, you're skipping your life.
Yeah. God,
Anyway.
are we just becoming like, because we
just
always complain about a certain other podcast, which is like just too kind of
We're just
centrist, a little bit older than us people that sound really out of touch. But I do just fucking think it's shit. Like,
it is shit. Anyway, enough AI chat for now.
yeah.
I have two animal related stories
Ooh.
for you this week. Both of them are not good,
Okay.
but they've got animals in them, so you might not mind so much. One of them is that the German Parliament has just passed a legal amendment to allow wolves to be killed again.
Oof.
So for a particular season, from July to October, it will be legally, according to this federal law, it'll be legally possible to kill wolves, which is good news in a way, because it means that the wolf population has recovered quite substantially, especially in northern Germany, not in southern Germany.
Oh, wow, okay.
So, and they've recovered to such an extent that there were 1,100 wolf attacks on livestock in 2024.
Okay, that's quite a lot.
4,300 animals were killed or injured in 1 year. And the farmers are like, oh, they're frightening our sheep.
Yeah.
And so now the federal government has allowed wolf hunting again, although the final decision will be up to the state government. So the state government can still make its own laws about when you can and can't hunt wolves in Germany. And in some states like Baden-Württemberg, which I remember, only 4 individual wolves were counted. Whereas in Lower Saxony, which is northern Germany, they had like a few thousand, several packs.
Really? That's totally
wolves,
surprising.
yeah.
I would have thought that all the wolves were like hanging out down south.
Yeah, well, it is good wolf habitat, the mountains, but apparently there's
not.
more of them. I don't know why, especially North Germany. Maybe they came from Poland or something. Polish wolves. I don't know.
Okay.
But there's more in northern Germany. And it's quite a controversial decision to allow wolf hunting again. There's been big protests about it. The World Wildlife Fund said that it's a very irresponsible decision that is not based on any scientific data.
Oh dear.
They said that in fact the German government can't be bothered to wait for the scientific data. They've just decided to allow wolf hunting again because it's in the news. And there are other ways. They also say that there are other ways, especially in mountainous areas, to control or to protect livestock using electric fences and shepherds, which apparently is still done in Romania, which is kind of an old-fashioned way of using shepherds and dogs.
Yeah.
And it's a much more effective way of protecting livestock. And also, apparently, just indiscriminate hunting is not a good way of controlling the wolf population or stopping hunting, because if you kill the wrong wolf, if you kill the parent wolves,
then the babies will die.
No. Well, apparently the younger wolves in the pack will then start hunting more sheep and livestock. They will start looking for easier prey if their leaders have been killed. So it's a much better method is to kill the dangerous animals, what's called the sort of danger animals or something. Rather than just indiscriminately kill them. Like, you have to identify which wolf to kill, and it's a better, more effective way of protecting livestock.
Okay.
But the German government didn't care about any of that and just said we're going to allow killing of wolves. Do you want to hear the stupid story? That's
Conrad, I say this with love. All of these stories have been, in their
slightly
own way, incredibly fucking stupid.
So, a CDU local parliamentarian has demanded that the government introduce a reward for killing raccoons. So not only does she think you should be allowed to shoot raccoons, you should get money
Like a
for
bounty.
it. A bounty on raccoons. That was the actual
This is
headline
like
in the
something
Bild-Zeitung.
out of
Kopfgeld für Waschbären. Erste Politikerin fordert Kopfgeld für Waschbären.
Oh.
And she posed with a handbag made of raccoon fur.
Is this in Berlin?
No.
Where is it? Where has the Waschbären gone to?
So there's this is a good question. Where is she? She's Baden-Württemberg again. It's all Baden-Württemberg.
It's all
this week.
Baden-Württemberg.
Sarah
sorry. But why
Schweitzer.
have they got raccoons down there? Because from what I understand, obviously raccoons
Yeah.
are not native
No, this is her point.
to
Europe.
Europe. But from what, because there is a population in Germany, in Berlin. I've never seen them and I really want to. And like where I have my little summer house,
Yeah.
they quite often get seen down there. But I've not. We've
You've
seen
never
lots
seen
of
them?
other. We have loads of like foxes and a big beaver. That was cool.
Oh, yeah.
And like loads of geese that drive everybody crazy. 'Cause They
Okay.
shit everywhere.
And what are
there's
their-
like 2 camps in the like Gelände of like people who think we should fence off the thing. Other people that think the fence ruins the aesthetic of the lawn going down to the lake. So we just have to like shovel up geese shit. A whole thing. But I've not seen a raccoon. But from what I understand, the raccoon population of Berlin certainly comes from Second World War, where a farm where they had for raccoons for the fur industry was bombed and they all escaped.
Let's go, lads. Let's
Let's go! Wow, we're free! And obviously they've gone like mad. I don't want to fact check this story. You can do this on your own,
just
everyone.
want it to be true.
I want it to be true, and I cannot stress
Okay.
this enough. No comments, no Instagram messages about it. You keep that information to yourselves.
So anyway. Sarah Schweitzer, who is the hunting policy spokesperson for the CDU in Baden-Württemberg, says we need an effective task force to eliminate this invasive species, and that should include like you should be able to get some money for killing a raccoon because there's a lot of them, and she doesn't like them. I mean, the CDU are generally against immigrants, but even in the animal kingdom, they don't like them either. Yeah.
Oh, well done, Conrad. Well done. Oh, God. The poor raccoons.
Yeah.
God, well, good luck to her. But also good luck to the raccoons. My money's on them.
Yeah.
Because they seem like feisty.
Yeah, and they've
I've
got little
heard
hands
raccoons.
that
I think they come and like play around on the roof of my cabin when
they?
I'm in there, but I've never seen them. I always think like, oh, I'll get up and go and try and like photograph them, but it's always like 3 in the morning. I'm just like, shut up, lads. I'm trying to sleep.
Well, it's their little paws are so interesting, aren't they?
Yeah.
They look like little hands. They look like little human
Yeah.
hands because they got like.
And the Waschbär is because they
any more raccoon facts?
wash their hands like this. This
Oh.
is what they do. They like rub their
yeah.
hands against each other, which is interesting because we always think of like if you're trying to. So I had this very funny thing when I first got my little garden house. And I was talking to one of the neighbors, and like, my German is good. I don't usually run into things where something needs explained a lot. But it's very funny when it's like 2 adult people, and one of them is talking about like quite a common animal, and the other one has no idea what they're talking about. And like to a German speaker, because they call Waschbären, they do the arms thing. But to us, I feel like raccoons were not like for their eyes.
Yeah,
Like, because they have those, like, kind of like the white rings. So if she'd done, like, an eye thing, I'd have been like, well, it's not a fucking panda. Raccoon.
Oh.
But she didn't. She was just rubbing her hands together. And I was like,
Oh, she was trying to. So she was
bear
trying to
that
mime
washes.
raccoon to you.
So there was a lot of miming of the washing of the hands.
Yeah, I wouldn't have mimed just washing because that could be anything. Washing your hands.
No, but they particularly do that with their hands.
Yeah, no,
but
but
then
if-
so do hamsters. So I don't know.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that if someone had to come up with a mime, if someone mimed to me washing their hands, I wouldn't think raccoon is
But
the
they
point.
do in German because it's called a
right.
Waschbär.
Yeah, okay.
It was a very funny interaction. But I still have not seen
A
a raccoon. And I don't
know.
know. Like, I do remember some colleagues talking about seeing them, like, on their roof and stuff in the pandemic. But I don't
Okay.
think they're
No, I've never seen one around
that
here.
common. So this
I've seen a-
CDU politician, you can just
Yeah.
write to her and say the solution is just to move to Berlin because
Berlin.
our raccoons are very secretive.
See a lot of foxes and rabbits around here. I see them all the time, but no raccoons. Squirrels too. Right. I think that is all the news. I think that nothing
Well,
else.
thank God for that, because I've finished my drink,
So have
which
I.
was actually pretty good. So I can actually give a good score to Misk vodka and lemon. It's
Yeah.
got like a little picture of a lemon and a lemon
Yeah.
half, which I always think is nice.
Good.
Oof,
So,
quite drunk now, eh?
well, thanks very much. I hope.
Thank you, Conrad, as always, for the news in a palatable way. I literally don't think I could do it without you. I went on the Guardian homepage this week for maybe about 49 seconds.
Really?
I was just like paralyzed with horror. And this is also like, to anyone, like, you don't have to listen to all of this. Pick your media that you're like, I really did get into the sort of 24-hour news cycle, being on Instagram all the time. Like, you can just not do it. The world will neither get any worse. I mean, it will, but it won't be your fault. But it has been a bit better for my mental health, I think. I can't,
Okay.
obviously it's a privilege to be able to turn it off, but like,
Yeah.
thanks everyone.
Thanks,
Take
everyone.
care of yourselves. And yeah, I hope you're
Have a-
enjoying some relatively sunny weather.
Have a lovely rest of the weekend.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye!
Megacan, German news in English with a cocktail can. The German news, it's quite a test. With Megan's Mega, you're feeling refreshed. Ooh, Megan's Megacan, German news in English with a cocktail can. Deutsche Nachrichten sind düster und schwer. Down the Mega.
Defy the fear.
Yeah.
It's actually it's quite a positive message to give to
think
people.
so.
I like to think that we have quite a positive impact on our listeners,
I hope so.
because we try and get them to defy the fear of listening to the news all day.
I mean, it's better than reading a German newspaper.
I would definitely recommend listening to our podcast more than reading any German newspaper.
German newspapers barely have pictures.
No.
Like fucking, it's just a brick of text.
Oh yeah,
It's
and they seem to
awful.
make a virtue of it. They think it's like so great to have no
Oh, not like you Americans
pictures.
with your fucking
colour pictures.
decadent pictures in
I
your
know.
newspapers.
Yeah,
What's
like-
that, a crossword puzzle? Oh, no
You have
wonder
to-
you had Trump. Jesus Christ, everyone. Like, there's a middle ground.
You have to concentrate on the news. It's very important, and you have to like keep this there.
Just have a mega.
Have a mega. Give us a picture every now and then.
Just a
and-
wee picture, maybe of,
yeah.
a diagram.